Welcome, listeners, to the Dream Stream of Consciousness. I am Yiskah Cook,
I'm Ellen Ronis.
and we're here to do dream work. So, we're both talking about how neither one of us has a recent dream that we feel really called upon to um, explore. But, Ellen, you were saying a dream from a little while ago. And
Yeah.
I love that. I love that going back to see, that's why it's so wonderful to keep a log or a dream journal or,
Mm,
because it's really good to go back and make sure that, oh, maybe I wanted to give more attention to this in a dream and I wouldn't have remembered it had I not written it down.
absolutely. Oh, yeah, absolutely. We must write our dreams down, right? Even if we
Yes,
right away, or even if we don't get to it at all, just there's something about writing it down, right? That just,
you're right. It's just one more way to remember.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this one's from the 10th, which isn't that long ago.
Oh, no, it's not.
Two
10,
weeks ago,
10 days,
10
13
days,
days.
weeks, right? Right. Less than 10. um, so now last week, so there's a person in this dream, and I want to know if I should tell you who the person is, because I'll just say it.
Let's not. Let's keep it
And you can ask
opaque.
all the questions. Okay. I'm giving Scott Lewis a massage in a hotel room on a big bed that doubled as a massage table. Things are quiet between us, not the norm as it had been. I felt like I have to prove myself. He's naked, and I'd forgotten to cover him, doing all these stretches as he was exposed. I then realized and put a cover on him. He snuggles in with pleasure, like he didn't want to ask me, but he was glad when I actually did finally cover him up. Then I turned him over and couldn't find the face cradle, and excused myself to go look for the face cradle. I'm looking around the room. I'm looking into all the other rooms. I come across something that didn't fit. It was a face cradle, but didn't fit that table. Um, then I go out. I go out to the hotel lobby and into this, and look around the hotel lobby for a face cradle. I am now in the streets, of the where the hotel is, and I'm looking, in stores and things for looking in different stores, looking on the street. Um, and I was taking such a long time to find the face cradle that I had assumed, like I was feeling really anxious, and I assumed that he must have gotten up and left.
Mhm.
Like, why would he be waiting for so long for me to get this silly face cradle thing? Um, and is that it? That's the whole dream? That's it. That's the dream. Wow, I thought there was more to it. That's the dream.
So that's very interesting. I have to ask. I'm like, no, keep the person opaque, whatever. But that name, I think I know that person. I did a writing workshop with him once. Would that be the same? Okay, no, good. Because I was picturing him.
No.
So
I think it's
so
I think it's important for me in my own process with this dream that you
yes,
know who it is. I always,
okay,
because I think that's,
excellent. Always dreamer's choice.
yeah, yeah. Scott Lewis he's a client of mine.
Okay, okay.
He was a client of mine. He was a very steady, regular client that I had a wonderful relationship. We connected and talked about all sorts of really wonderful things. And we really liked each other, just had a really nice rapport.
Hmm.
It was very regular. And all of a sudden, about a month or so ago, just was like, I'll call you kind of thing. Did that thing that people do when they just want to stop coming.
Hmm.
No explanation, have no idea why. And it's really
Yeah.
none of my business because he's my client, not my
Yes.
friend. Owe
Hmm.
me that. But it's always emotionally hard to
What do
have
you mean
some.
he told you that? Did you just say he told me that?
No, he doesn't owe me
Oh, he
that.
doesn't owe me that.
He
Okay.
doesn't owe me an explanation,
I hear
right?
you. Yeah.
I mean, you know, some people leave, they're like, look, I'm moving too far away, or my
Yeah.
finance,
Sure.
my kids, or what.
Sure. Yeah.
Like it when people do that because we are in a relationship, you know.
Right.
but
Wouldn't it
he
be something? I'm just projecting for a moment to be someone who like will never explain why I didn't come back. It's like a personal. I think that would be to ghost someone. I think
yeah,
there's a certain kind of there's
it's
like a
really,
strangeness attached to that
yeah,
when you just
totally.
disappear.
Yes, totally. And I have a lot of feelings about it on a lot of different levels. But
Hmm.
um, anyway, that's who Scott Lewis is.
Okay. And now, so you said the head cradle, and I can picture what that is. It fits into
Yeah, it's
the.
like a little face thing in a massage table where you're lying on your belly and you put your face.
Yeah, okay, yes, yes.
Mhm.
So, face cradle. I was really thinking about like, what is it to cradle the face? You know, it's
So,
like an intimate gesture. If I were to cradle someone else's face, that would be an intimate gesture. You know, either it's a like a younger or below. I can't even imagine my me being a face cradler. Like, who.
I guess I just think of it as um, on the actual level. It's like supporting
Yeah,
your head, right?
I
So it's
love
it's
that.
support,
Yeah.
support.
Hmm.
Um,
And
it's funny in this whole looking at this dream myself. I didn't really think of the importance of the actual face cradle. I was just,
yes,
but I'm happy to explore that.
yes.
Thinking of it as just something that like took me away from him. Something that was like
Uh-huh.
I wanted to do it right, and
Yes.
looking for the right face cradle. Like I didn't have that one at all, but then I was finding ones that didn't quite fit. Like I was looking for one, it didn't fit. Like so, I had to go find the right one.
For
But
the right table. So,
uh,
so that was so interesting too, because for me, when the dreamer asked the question, like he wouldn't still be waiting for me, would he? Been gone so long. In my version of this wonderful dream, and when I put the blanket on him, he snuggled into it. He probably fell asleep. He'll be there when I get back. He fell asleep. Maybe not. That was just what I was thinking.
yeah.
It's my projection. But so was am I as the dreamer working in a spa in a hotel? Is that what's
I guess
happening
it
here?
seemed like that. It seemed like that. I don't do that in waking life,
Right. But you
but
have.
I have never done a hotel gig. No, I've done all sorts of other, worked at
Okay.
chiropractors' offices and other, places
Yes.
and things like that. But I haven't done, and I have worked at spas, but not hotels. So I've never done a hotel gig.
You
But
never worked up at Mohan?
I did, but it was a spa, not. I mean, I didn't work in the hotel. I didn't do like house calls in people's hotel rooms.
No, but it's a hotel spa.
Yeah, but I worked in the spa. I'm saying
Right.
I have worked in spas. I have just not worked in
I didn't
hotels.
realize that you could make a hotel room call. Like I didn't realize that
Yes,
was
people
something
do.
that
Yes,
people do.
people do that. Yeah, they
Okay.
go to their hotel room with the massage.
Oh, I didn't know
Ugh.
that. No, no, no.
Oh,
I will not be coming to
I
visit
will
you in
not
your
be doing
hotel room.
that unless you pay me $500 a piece. Then I
Mhm.
would do that. But anyway,
So, okay, okay. So,
so
but
but
it feels,
that is interesting that I had the reaction to it just now. I didn't even think of that.
yes,
It's like too intimate is what I
yes.
feel about doing a house
Hmm.
call in a hotel room is there's too
Hmm.
intimate.
So I've
And
heard, we've heard of different like sexual assault problems in a hotel room with, the woman who was cleaning the room and the wealthy client
right,
who came in from Europe. I don't remember exactly that story, but it's
right.
it has like a like Harvey Weinstein when he has a, oh,
Yes,
come up to my hotel room and I'll
sure, right,
and
right.
it's like, no, 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 no.
Yeah, right, exactly. So that is really interesting to me. That's interesting. Like, so I go into like a space that feels a little too intimate,
Yes,
and then I leave him uncovered,
yes,
and I'm doing these stretches with his legs, and he's exposed.
yeah,
Somehow I'm fine with it. Like I'm sort of
yeah.
unaware, like this. So oh wow, I wonder if I may.
Please.
I wonder if like we got too intimate. There was nothing whatsoever sexual
Right.
between us.
Yes.
No kind of vibe like that at all. Just to
Yes.
say,
Hmm.
I
Okay.
I really liked him as a person.
Yeah.
None of that, and
Yes.
I don't think vice versa.
Okay.
Um, but he started to share things with me about his, like, he started to go to therapy with his wife, who I
Uh-huh.
knew. So I had given her a few sessions some time
Yeah.
ago. Even his kids I knew because I worked with them and
Uh-huh.
in waking life. So I'm wondering if maybe he got too vulnerable, like there was a vulnerability, because
Hmm.
here I am in this dream and I'm entering a space that's vulnerable
Yes.
for me too, uh,
Yes.
intimate. It's intimate, and then he's really vulnerable. He's exposed, but he's sort of not sure how to deal with it, right? Like he's
Yes.
kind of exposed and naked on the table. Um, but he's not saying, "Hey, you forgot to or where's the blanket
Right.
or blanket or
Right.
something."
Because there is
Yeah,
that
right? Like he doesn't.
intimacy that's,
He just allows it because he thinks it's the way it should be or something.
yeah.
But then it seems once I do cover him, he's like, "Feels
Yeah.
nice."
Yeah. Like,
Um,
so also, um, I used to be a different woman than I am today, and I was a jealous wife. And it wasn't that I was so jealous. It was just that I wasn't getting the feedback to not feel jealous of various situations. It wasn't necessarily like a big imagination. I felt like it was more, I mean, who am I kidding? I was totally my fault, I'm sure. But there was one point where my husband was having massages with a friend of mine, a massage therapist, and then he started going more than once a week. It was like a physical thing for him. And he was seeing her more than once a week. And I said, no more. You got to not do this. Like, I see that you're finding it healing for you, but it's just getting a little too much for me. Every week, twice a week, I just felt I wasn't secure enough. And I'm just offering that could have had been a conversation.
I did wonder that, like when I kind of really felt into what happened. Did something happen? I was like, I don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can really think, oh, I said that thing about something, and I could see how that may have triggered that person. But I really
Okay.
couldn't see a thing that I did, like, or said.
Yes. Yes.
But I think the fact that, and that he was bringing like some of the stuff with his
Yes.
wife, I wondered if maybe his wife picked up on the
Hmm.
fact that he was sharing with me,
Yeah. I wonder.
or maybe she felt threatened by me. I don't know. There's absolutely no vibe or no reason to, but maybe she did.
Hmm.
I don't know. And maybe she wanted him to stop, or maybe it was causing
Right.
friction in the
Yeah.
relationship.
Right. Yeah.
I can be really ignorant to that kind of thing because I have
Because
my
you,
self-esteem sometimes as a woman, like,
yes.
always the greatest. So I don't necessarily walk in the door and go, I am so hot. And of course she's gonna
Yeah.
have that. So I don't, so that would be like a huh?
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
Right.
really? But she
Yeah.
might, and so, and
Yeah.
when I
Yes.
felt into it, I had a vibe like, I
Yeah. And just
wonder
as,
if it has to do with
because
her.
as I was saying, I'm such a different woman,
Right.
only in that I have looked at, this jealousy thing, and I have looked at other shortcomings, and I have worked on things. And so hopefully we evolve and we
Oh,
move
absolutely.
forward. So,
Absolutely.
but I think if it was my dream and I had forgotten to cover him and he didn't say anything, but then when I do cover him, he's like snuggles right into it. That's telling me, if I'm holding the question of why has he stopped coming, that's telling me, oh, it was an intimacy issue. Not that I, as his, healer, you know, body work person, crossed any line or anything, just his openness.
Yes. Yes. Yes, right. Like it felt like that. Like it had more to do with him than me.
Yes.
Sometimes I think, oh, I feel like I might have done a little or said a little. I can kind
Yeah,
of
sure.
feel like that at all. It's like it was
Okay.
very, very. It was shocking actually to me.
Yes. Yes.
Shocking and sad, and also
Yeah.
financially. That's a whole.
Financially, right? It
That's
became
also a
every,
whole other thing. Like, yeah, going
But
through.
I do get it. I get it.
Yeah, yeah,
Now I
yeah.
can look at it and be
From
like,
that
oh,
perspective, yeah.
exactly.
Because I know that it was like right after that happened, and I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah. Yeah.
that.
Another woman is touching her husband,
Yeah.
touching his flesh and making him feel really good and working out kinks. And it's like, oh, it's an opening, it's being created, like open heart, open,
Mm,
it is intimate.
yeah.
And as the wife's perspective,
Well, I
and which,
remember my ex-husband getting massages too from someone um, in our studio, like when I wasn't there, right?
uh-huh,
He worked in the studio that I wasn't there, and she was working in my massage room
yes,
on him. And that
uh,
was, I don't even know who it was. I never met her.
yes,
Um, he would have been happy to receive sessions from me, but I was like,
sure,
I don't,
yeah,
I'm not going to work on you on a regular basis. This is too
right,
much work. Not enough.
exactly.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was my sort of boundary is like
I'll
once
give
a
you a massage if you take me out to dinner tonight.
yeah, right. Like, or if you give me a massage too, like there's got to be some payment. Give me some money.
Exactly.
I mean, after, it was a
No,
lot
I
after
get it.
paying
Sure.
for my husband, whatever. So, I know he liked massage and it probably was nothing, I don't know, but just I felt that too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Felt
Yeah.
like that, like there's a woman touching my husband's body and,
Yeah.
we're not exactly having the best time of it right now. So,
Yeah. Exactly.
how do you how do you think about that? So maybe that
Mhm.
was and if that's the truth, then good on him for doing that because he wants
Yes.
to work. He wants to work on it. I know that, and um
Oh, for stopping coming. Well,
yeah, I mean, if it's because of that, if it's because she is uncomfortable, then I applaud him for that. Actually,
yeah. Right.
he
Being
wants to keep
really.
the relationship. He wants
Yeah.
to have her feel that way,
Yes.
and that's an incredible
Yeah.
thing. That's a guy I'd want to be with, although, not
Yeah.
him.
No.
Somebody who actually wants to protect the relationship and protect
Exactly.
my
Exactly.
feelings of just kind of
Yeah.
judge me for being jealous.
Right. Exactly. Oh my
That's
God. You're
right.
speaking my language.
I know, girl. I get you. I get you.
Yeah.
I don't think that's unusual.
I know.
Just we want to feel safe in
Yeah.
our love,
We live in, the majority of our culture here in this country is monogamous. And so women in a way, it's almost like we're taught to be more catty with other women, to see women as a threat
Right.
instead of as a sister who I
Right.
celebrate and I want to help lift her up. There's like a weird societal thing about
Yeah.
women. We're
Yeah.
supposed to compare ourselves to other women and be jealous of other women. And and I think so much of our self critiques can come from, well, maybe I'm not as pretty as her and I'm not as funny as her. And whatever it is, I'm not as wise as she is. And it's the comparing self to other, I
Mhm.
think, is what brings us so much hardship.
So much. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing, and absolutely, I know that place very well. And
Yes.
social media helps not at all.
Oh no, no.
It's like danger, danger, don't go
Indeed. There should be signs.
right in the circle with the cross. No, don't do it. And of course, we do. I do. I try. I say I'm
Yeah.
not going to, and then what do I do? I find myself scrolling and being like, "Oh my God, she's got the answer to all my problems," and she's my age, but she looks so much younger, or whatever.
No, I'm a little bit away from social media now in my life. And I never was that meshed. I stopped at Facebook. Y'all
Mhm.
went Insta, y'all went Snapchat, whatever y'all did,
Yeah.
TikTok. I stopped at Facebook. So
Uh-huh.
I didn't really
Yeah.
um delve too deeply into social, you
Yeah.
know,
I have an
places
Instagram. I have Instagram accounts because um
for
my art.
promoting. Ah,
Yeah,
yes,
I liked just having a picture of my or like that I don't have to say
yes,
anything or whatever. Like I just show a picture of my pottery and just
I love
say,
it.
say a little something about the pottery, and it's that was kind of fun
I
to do.
actually did start going to be honest. I did start an Instagram to promote this podcast,
Yeah, I mean,
and I
Instagram
mean,
has to
that's the
say,
way to reach more
yeah,
people. That's what I was
Instagram is
trying to
really,
do.
yeah, it's a good thing, I think.
Yeah,
But I mean, they can all be good things.
it can all be good things.
It's not even about what I do on Instagram. It's what I
Yeah,
have. It's the mindless, endless scrolling and looking at
yeah.
other people's things.
I hope, and I imagine they do, but I hope they develop a class in middle school, of like, I mean, they have like social literacy classes, like how to read, but like an internet, social media. I wish they would
Hmm.
tackle these things because a lot of parents don't quite know what their kids are doing, and a lot of kids don't have any guidance in
Yeah.
unless they have an older sibling because computers have been on the scene a little bit longer.
Well, do you mean learning how to sort of not how to navigate the social media because they all know that, but
Oh yeah, like logistically navigate it, not that. But
no,
as
you
far
mean
as like,
how to like control yourself? I mean,
yeah,
that's the thing is it's really impossible.
like
I mean,
don't compare I mean, these are things that I don't know how middle schoolers would be taught,
I
but like don't compare yourself with others. And there's bullying that goes on. You know, I know kids are getting bullied on social, networks. And so I want the teachers and the elders to take responsibility and to help these young kids understand it. I don't want any kid committing
think
suicide
it's a
because they
really
were bullied online. That's not okay.
no. No, I guess it would be like a psychology class, really, like the
Yes, I guess it
psychology of
would be.
this, right? Because you know, notice to to educate them to notice how they feel when they're looking at something
Yeah. Oh, yes.
and recognize that that isn't about you.
Right.
It's very challenging because I struggle with it as a almost
Yes.
64-year-old woman who's
Hmm.
extremely uh, psychologically and spiritually,
Yeah. Evolved.
involved. So it's like I get caught up in it too. It's
Mhm.
literally a deep addiction. It's
Oh, it really is. It really is.
I'm not saying I'm deeply addicted, but
No,
it
no, I know you're not. You have many other things happening in your life. Well, it's
still
interesting
do my
because I've been
share. I still
my,
do my share. Yeah.
your fair share of,
My fair share of scrolling through and
yeah.
thinking I'm looking for something. What am I looking for? Oh, like the perfect diet or how to lose the 5 pounds of muffin top or you know whatever. And trust me, there's thousands of people who hear
Yeah,
your call and they will tell you,
exactly. And they think that they can help
that
you
they have
in
the
their
answer.
mind.
Just give me $67 and you get this course
Exactly.
forever, or give me
Exactly.
$500 and blah blah blah. And
Right? Yeah, kids need to learn how not to get suckered,
yeah.
how not to get catfished, how not to give
And
their money to anyone, how not to.
yeah, exactly. How to be really discerning
Yes,
about who is this person? What do they
yes,
actually have that you don't already know,
yes, yes.
Um, and understanding that nobody has the answer, that they have maybe some information that could be interesting, but
I know they've been working on developing courses like this, like probably college level,
I think
for
that's a great, yeah,
for a
yeah,
long time
yeah.
now. So I would like to see where they're
Yeah.
at with it. That
I
would
think
be,
that's a really smart idea. I never
yeah,
really thought about that, like kind of understanding the psychology of the addiction of it and
yes,
the seduction and the addiction
yes.
and
And I
the
think that's it. Just be discerning.
the way it makes you
It's
feel. It makes nobody feel good. How about that?
right.
Makes nobody feel good when they
Yeah.
scroll through the internet. Nobody.
Oh, right. Scrolling.
Doesn't make anybody I know feel really good when I'm just looking at the internet, seeing what everybody's up to.
Yeah.
We're always comparing ourselves to
Right.
somebody.
Right.
Anyway,
Anyway, so we hopped a little bit off the dream. So let's get back to the dream. So now when the dreamer is going, shop to shop and looking for this head cradle,
mhm.
face cradle. Um, do you have any sense of what shops you went to looking? I think you
No, not
said
really at
one of
all.
them.
In fact, I wasn't even sure that I went into shop, but I had this. So I remember going into the lobby of the hotel,
Okay.
kind of just looking around, like looking behind things and the
Oh,
counter.
okay.
kind of like that. And then and there's a sense that I went outside, out in the front of the hotel, but not really specifically what shops I went into.
Okay.
The sense was that I was going into different stores, but I don't have
Okay.
what they were.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm.
Okay. Um, so what is this? What would you title this dream?
I can't. This is an interesting title. Where do I belong? I'm just going with it. It's what came to
Wow.
me.
Yeah. Yes.
Where do I belong?
Um,
Because as you were questioning me about the whereabouts of the face cradle and things,
yes.
I was getting this feeling like I'm looking for the perfect fit.
Yes. Oh,
And
yes.
it does need to be a perfect fit because the holes on the thing like have to be correct.
Yeah.
The tables are different and all that. But
Seeing it
metaphorically,
as a metaphor
I'm
for
looking for the
myself.
perfect fit. I'm looking for the perfect support.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Perfect support.
The
And
perfect
I'm
fit to
suggesting it's not
support.
about him anymore. It's about me now. It's like the
Sure.
perfect support, or maybe
Sure.
it's the him in me, right?
Or
That
rather, the me in him.
yes, however you want to put that. Like if I'm him in the dream and I'm
Yeah.
my head is needs to be supported. I'm needing
Yeah.
support. And so I go about looking for the perfect support and
Yes.
I'm not finding it.
Yes. It's so interesting.
Yeah. So that I don't know why I said that, where do I belong? Yeah. Where because
Yes.
it feels like it has something to do with the whole exploration that I've been having about my work as a body worker and
Okay. Yes.
where do I belong in that world
Yes.
anymore? Like things are coming to some kind of change for sure
Yes.
in my practice, in my business. It's happening whether I
hmm
consciously I'm choosing it or not. The universe is saying,
It's happening.
something's changing and you need to kind of find a way to change with it that is going to be, good for your heart and soul.
Yes.
And so, it almost feels like the body work part of it is old, but I'm still kind of not, I'm looking for some kind of a perfect fit. Like, could I find a perfect fit still in the world of massage or body work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that brings me to a question that we talked about last podcast, which is someone had recommended you look into something, but
Yeah,
you weren't feeling it was necessarily calling to you. So I'm just curious if you ever looked into it.
I did. I actually had a session. I had that type
All
of session
right.
called orthobionomy. Very interesting.
Orthobionomy.
Some kind of a combination of um, what do you call it? Osteopathy and
Okay.
chiropractic and
Oh,
energy work and subtle tissue like fascia. So
yeah.
subtle fascia work. Not deep. It's not deep at
Yes.
all. You know.
Okay.
Sort of turning ahead and then moving the flesh and then doing I don't know, it was very interesting and very subtle, kind of
Yeah.
craniosacralish kind of work
Nice.
kind of thing.
What was your feeling
It
about
was
it?
very, very good. I mean, I first,
Okay.
it's not like the delicious feeling of a good deep massage,
Yes.
which is
Yes.
why that's what I do because I know how delicious it
Hurts
feels.
so
And
good.
very healing, to have
Yes.
that. So it wasn't that, but I could feel like a release. I could feel like a release. I was having issues with my neck. So,
Oh,
um,
wow.
a couple things happened afterwards that felt like I was sort of detoxing a little bit. So I think it was probably good.
Yes.
Um, was and anyway I connected with her
hmm
and she's going to put me on her mailing list of the next time she does a training, so I'm
Okay.
hoping that the training was going to be really soon because when
Yes.
I get on about something I want to do it right now. If
Absolutely.
I wait a month I probably won't be on about
It'll
it.
be something else.
Something else.
Oh
Oh,
my
it's hard,
God. I used to
hard
be
to be
so much
me.
like that. I was, and all I could say was I was so passionate about all the things that I was into that
Oh, so you can relate to that. Yeah.
yes, so much, so
Yeah.
much.
Okay, I didn't know that about you. Yeah, yeah,
Oh
you get
yes, I took Alexander
uh,
bodywork classes, and I'm like, I want to learn. I was like so passionate and with the instructor. And, and then the next, it's like what I'm interested in that moment, I felt so positive about. I've become a little, well, at that point in my life, I don't think I do that anymore.
Yeah, your energy's different now, right?
I think
Definitely.
so.
I unfortunately still still do it. I think it is just like my gift and my curse, I guess.
Yes, yes.
Um, so, but also I think, uh, I trust. I do somewhere in me trust that I
Yes.
will know the thing that
Sure,
is really pulling me
sure,
forward.
sure.
I'm very willing to learn more about it, and to see
Yeah,
if I'm curious. When
yes.
should I do a training and if it's gonna. We'll
Well,
see.
it would be so interesting.
But I think that was part of this whole process. Is this dream kind of in a way like it came all
Yes,
time ish, and
yeah,
so wondering if I need to do I need to reinvent the wheel, or can I just kind of
right? Yeah.
stand where I am
Hmm.
and all that.
So,
Uh,
do you remember how you felt when you woke up from the dream?
let's see, did I write anything about how sometimes I write how I feel? Nope,
Yeah.
did um uh, I don't remember how I felt when I woke up, but I remember how I felt in the last part of the dream was
Yes.
anxious.
Yeah, to get back.
At that, like, oh my God, I'm taking what is wrong? Like, just find it or don't find it, but get back to him. Do something. Poor guy is lying on the table, waiting for. So yeah, so there was definitely some anxiety.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yes. So interesting. I agree. This is my dream. I also feel strongly talking to this question I've held for some months now is, what is my work evolving into? I'm a massage therapist, I'm a Pilates instructor, I'm creating something new, but how much of it, just exactly what you just said, how much of it do I need to create? The
right.
wheel, there's already a wheel. How can I incorporate that?
Yeah, yeah. And
But,
I think one of the things I'm learning too, and this is coming up a lot in my writing practice, is to kind of like feel the space between the breaths, like when you're meditating. It's like just
mm,
like allow space so that you can actually hear the message, hear the answer to the question, right? So I've been
yes.
asking this question for so long, but I'm so impatient and I want
Mm.
it to happen, like go find it, go find the right face cradle, go run around to every store and the lobby and all these different.
Maybe this person has it. Oh,
Right, maybe the
she
river
must have
maybe
it.
that room,
Scroll,
right?
scroll, scroll.
Yeah. So I'm running around looking for the perfect fit instead of just staying present with this guy. Staying
Yes,
present with him and just being like, I don't have the right base cradle. Let's see if we can figure out
yeah,
how to proceed,
yes.
and so that's really an interesting aspect too, that I'm frantically running around and I'm anxious. And what
Trying
if I
to,
were to just slow down and like let space, and then the prayer, and then you hear the answer to the prayer in
yes,
that space between
in
the
that
words,
space.
breath, and between the thoughts,
Oh,
whatever.
I love that. What a good reminder.
Yes, really, yeah, that was my writing yesterday that came up, and so I do feel like I am slowing down a little bit and just trying to.
Good.
The only real, mm, the real push is my finances are not
Sure.
okay. It's
Yeah.
hard to be calm when you're like, oh, can I pay?
Uh,
I mean, can I pay the rent? Of course, I can always pay the rent, but you know, just need to make an income.
yes, sure,
So
sure,
that's a little makes me a little bit anxious,
sure.
but at the same time, like I think I just need to be okay with the discomfort of that.
Yes. Yeah,
Discomfort. Don't
and
run around with the face cradle cover
can
everywhere.
be
Just
working on something while still creating something. We don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
right, right, right. Well, I didn't really want to be doing that. I didn't want to. I wanted
Okay.
to be doing body work until I decided it was time to move on to something.
Yes.
And
Yes.
but the universe seems to be having a different idea.
Ooh, there's your push.
So it's giving me the
You're,
push. Yeah,
you're
that
being
I
herded.
exactly.
The universe is hurting you.
Yeah.
Not HERD, not the other.
Right, right, right.
Yes,
Shepherd.
shepherding you. Yes, love it. Thank you so much for sharing. Is
You.
there anything else you would like to know from this dream?
Um, Gosh, I feel like that was really juicy. I feel like that was really
Yeah,
a lot, and a lot of it really resonated and made sense to, you know,
and I feel like it was universal stuff because
yeah.
we all are affected by social media in different ways, varying ways, but you know,
Well, even though that wasn't even part of the dream, but that was
I
certainly
know.
part of our discussion, which is all part of the dream, isn't
Right,
it?
that's very true. I know, but what is social
How did we even
media?
get social media from that anyway? Whatever. But
I don't
yeah,
know. Well, I'll listen to this again and I'll tell you later. Yeah,
yeah.
so it's true,
No,
you know.
I felt like we worked the dream in a way like just some of your questioning and stuff just like really helped me to like it felt like it was right there on the surface for me, but I couldn't quite
Yeah,
put it to sense. And so, whatever you asked me just made me it just kind of brought it right
it just
there.
changed the the message of the dream entirely.
Well, it brought it. I think I kind of had the sense of that, all of that, but
Yeah.
I couldn't quite like put it in the words that were like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's why it
yes,
helps to
yeah.
talk with a friend and
Yes,
work
yes,
together.
dear dream audience.
Yes,
That's the magic
that's it.
sauce of
That's the
dreaming.
magic sauce.
Sure, you dream and dream and write it down, and then nothing happens. But if you tell it to somebody
That's
else
right. That's
who has
right.
passion and who has the ability to listen and perhaps give you some feedback or ask you some questions,
Hmm.
you will find some juicy, juicy bits in your dream.
It's so true.
Yeah,
Be your own guru.
yeah, be your own guru,
I've
but
always felt that way. When I
yeah,
work with teen dreams, I had a thing called Teen Dreams group for a long time, and it was like be your own guru, be your own rabbi, your rebbe. Like tap your wisdom before you go looking outside of yourself.
like that your dreams are your own inner wisdom, your own
It is.
connection, like something
Mm-hmm.
like a higher spirit or your soul or your psychology. It's so
Yep.
much, but
No
sharing it
matter.
with somebody else really helps you integrate what the meaning of it. It helps
Yeah.
you bring a meaning forward. um
Yes. It's
yeah,
true.
yeah. So yeah,
Well,
come
always a
tell us your
pleasure.
listeners. Come I don't know the technology of how to actually connect with us, so Yiska has to do that part, but
All they have to do is write to me on YouTube or on our Facebook page,
to connect on YouTube or Facebook.
Dream
Dreams.
Dream Stream on Facebook,
Oh, just Dreamstream. The Facebook
or
is
I don't know if it's the Dream Stream
Dreamstream on Facebook.
on Facebook,
Right
and
to
that's the page.
want to
Just
come
write
and
to me on YouTube. You can send me a message.
yeah,
I
just
will find it.
share a dream with us. It'll be three of us instead of two of us, and we all
Yeah,
get to,
that would be wonderful. You're very welcome to do
yeah.
that. So this is it for today. I hope that you enjoyed the podcast, and we wish you sweet dreams. Holamod Metukin.